Hello and welcome back to Happy Mind TV, the place where happiness and mindset meet and you leave feeling more empowered and more enriched to take on your day, your week and wherever you are in your journey. Today I want to talk to you all about journaling. The reason I want to talk to you about journaling is because this is something that I try and do as often as possible, but I don't always do every single day, but actually has a really big impact on me and my mindset and where I'm at. And I want to give you the ways that I journal and what journaling means to me and how I've been able to implement it into my life every day, even if I don't sit down with my journal and write in it. So this is a video all about how you can realistically journal every single day, even without the time that you might need available, the resources of your journal with you wherever you go, and if you do have a really hectic day or schedule or things that you have to get done. And I know that so many of us do sometimes have these days that everything just happens all in one go and we don't necessarily give ourselves the time and the space to journal in the most effective way. But these tips are things that you can do even in your head, self-reflecting without anything else around you. And that is why for me, journaling, the way that I use it in my personal life and in my business, have really elevated my mood and my thinking. So I would love to find out what tips you use for journaling, any journals that you use, any journal prompts that you have, and I'd love to see them in the comments below. So my first top tip is to think of your emotions first. Always think of your emotions before you do anything else. And for me, the reason this is so important is I always want to be led by my intuition. I want to be led by my emotions, and I want my emotions to be working for me and feel really aligned to me. So I always, when I think about my journal, if it is handwritten or if I'm doing this mentally, I think of my emotions first. How do you want to feel today? What emotions are you bringing in and welcoming? What emotions are you trying to get rid of or remove? Where do you want to focus your emotions today? What do you need most? Do you need rest today? Do you need time to reflect, meditate? Do you need to really get going? Do you need a boost? Do you need a zest for life? Your emotions need to lead your day, and you have to start there. And for me, the reason this makes such a difference, when I'm led by my emotions, my decisions are so much clearer, and I find myself at the end of the day feeling like the purpose and the intention of my day has really been led and listened to by me and not by the consequences around me. So really try and put your emotions first when you start journaling. My second top tip for you is to think about the day ahead. Where are you in this day? The day you are in right now, what does it involve? So for example, if you have a day full of meetings, you have a day full of filming, a day full of vlogging, a day full of trying to record, a day full of uni studies, a day of traveling, each day will need to have a different focus. And it's really important when we're journaling that we allow ourselves to think in that day specifically and bring ourselves personally to that day. So once you have your emotions and you're ready with your emotions to set your day with the right intentions, you need to personalize your journal. Personalize your journal, and that is thinking about the day that you're in. So for example, I knew today, this is a perfect example, I knew today that I didn't necessarily have any work to do. I've set myself up over in December to get myself ready for January to have this first week being able to take a bit more time. But when I woke up this morning, I thought, how do I want to feel today? Do I want to feel lethargic and tired and just sit on the sofa all day watching TV? Not really. So I had a bath, I got dressed, I put on some nice clothes, I did my makeup, and I felt completely different. I wanted to focus on what and how I wanted to feel today. So I set my intentions, I focused on my emotions first, and I acted second. So I focused on my emotions first and I acted second. And based on the day that I have available, I was able to then think about, I could record some free items for something that's coming up in a freebie series. I was able to record this YouTube video. I was able to get really clear with all of my invoicing, my admin, and use this day in the way that feels right for me. So can you see what I'm trying to say? If you do have a day available and you want to have your emotions lead you, and you have that space and flexibility to then recreate your day, do that with your emotions first. And my next tip for you around journaling is all around focusing on the outcome. So like I said to you at the very beginning, thinking about your emotions, you need to think about how you want to feel at the end of your day. So what is the outcome at the end of the day? Is it that you come home from work and you cook a lovely dinner and you feel really relaxed and happy? Where are you and where do you want to be at the end of your day? If you don't think about that at the start of your day, it's really hard to take intentional action and live your day with purpose, thinking about how you want to feel at the end. So my next tip is all around putting yourself forwards in time and thinking about how you want to feel at the end of that day. Where do you want to be? What do you want to have achieved? And if you know you have a really hectic day with meetings and meeting clients, and maybe you're surrounded by some negativity, and you know that that's coming at the start of the day, think to yourself, how do I want to feel when I get home? I want to feel calm, centered. I want to feel ready for my evening. So does that mean that you need to take some time in your car to listen to some relaxing music? Does it mean you need to meditate in your lunch hour? What can you do throughout your day to ensure that when you get to the end, you have an outcome and a result that serves you and fills you with happiness? This is what it's all about. Journaling for me is not just writing things down. It's really, really emotionally led and making sure as much as possible I can protect and harness and amplify the emotions that I want to welcome into my life, into my mindset, and into my decision making. Because if you are in a happier place, you are going to make much more empowered decisions that fill you with positivity and purpose. My final top tip for you is to think about how. How are you going to make this happen? Because sometimes it's really easy, and it is really easy for me to sit here and give you all of these tips, but we need to be really practical. So again, I will use my example from today. I thought about how I wanted to feel. I then thought about the day that I had. I thought about what I could do to get there and my end result, how I want to feel at the end. So now it's about how. How can I bring that into my day? So I knew I wanted to do my makeup to make myself feel better and have this new zest. You know, I love that word, zest. I wanted to make sure that I wore some nice clothes. I wanted to have a nice bath. I wanted to put on some lovely perfume. How? How could I lift my mood ready to encapsulate the day? And how could I lift my mood to measure where I want to be at the end? And how can I mirror that? How can I create the energy that I'm putting into my journal into reality? So how can you do that every day? Think about the clothes that you wear, what you eat for breakfast, the drinks that you have, where you go, how you travel, your commute, exercise, the people you surround yourself with, the places you go, the music you listen to, the news that you hear on the radio, the podcasts you listen to, the Facebook Lives you watch. What are you going to do, and how can you make sure that your emotions, your day, your end result all mirror your actions? And it's really important to bring this into reality. Once you've journaled, whether again, like I said, it's hard in hard copy or it's in your mind and in your reflections, you have to be able to bring it into reality. And if you can't bring it into reality, you need to think about how you can. How can you bring this into your reality? And the final thing that I do when I'm thinking about journaling, I'm thinking about my day, I'm thinking about meditating in my intentions, everything is, what is my word of the day? And I would love every single one of you that watches this video to give me your word of the day in the comments. What is your word going to be? When you're listening to this video right now, think about it in your head, think about it. Where and how and what is your word for today? How do you want to feel? What do you want to get done? What is your energy like? What does your day look like? What is your word of today? And my word for today is action. Because I wasn't going to take any action today, but actually I have, and I feel so much better for it. And when I think about how I want to feel at the end of today, when I think about my emotions, when I think about what my day looks like, when I think about how I can bring it into reality, I've achieved that, and I've been able to bring that into my reality. So journaling has become a really practical but really realistic way of bringing my emotions and my day into a reality that serves me. So I want to know what your word is for today? How do you want to feel? What are you going to get done? What do you want for yourself today? And I would absolutely love for you to share this with me, because journaling, like I said, is a really, really personal experience. I want to know how you journal, when you journal, why you journal, where you journal, what you journal in, because ultimately anything around our mindset is all around self-development and self-reflection, and we need to have that understanding and awareness of ourselves, and anything we can do to support one another is absolutely amazing, and something that I always want to continue to do to help serve you, but for you to help me as well and give me all of your top tips. So please make sure you like and subscribe to this video if you've loved being here. Welcome to the Happy Mind TV family. I can't wait to see you in the next video, but for now, let me know your word of the day and let me know any journaling advice that you have. I'll see you on the next video.